I want to argue today. It's a week. What it should be under.
You know why I put your name under jumper cables?
Why?
Because you're always starting stuff.
I am Tron, and this is Chad.
We need one of those buttons. Push the button before you talk so we don't talk at the same time. Push the button.
It's getting hot in here.
Hey, I think you should yell at him for not pushing the button.
So today, we're going to talk about the Impala.
You didn't push the button. Listen, we can't talk at the same time, and there's only one button.
What'd you say?
I got the button pushed, so I'm the only one that can be talking. That's the way it should be. But then you're going to hear that doom, 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 doom.
Yeah, the door.
Out the door just so you can hear Dent Dan out there. Doom, 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 doom. Look.
Nope.
Your mama got one leg. They call her Eileen. This is so stupid. I got the giggles.
You do, too.
Welcome to Midwest Mayhem. He is Chad Christensen. I am Tron Smith. And we are presented to you at Midwest Mayhem by Wilson Toyota. Wilson Toyota names 2212 South Duff Avenue, just a short drive from anywhere in the metro. And you know what? It is a great time to buy a car. I know we always have this conversation about when is a good time.
Right.
Every time is a good time.
Right.
But this time may be one of the best times to go out there when you start thinking about Toyota and the new product lineup. I tell you, if you're excited and you're looking for something, anything, there's a Toyota for anything. There's just so much great product line coming out from the new Crown to the new, Grand Highlander. I mean, we can go on and on and on. But if you want to check out any of these new products, the new Tacoma, oh my goodness.
I can't wait.
Did you see
cannot wait.
Did you see the picture, though?
I saw it.
Okay.
It looks like a mini Tundra.
It's a great vehicle. Can't wait to drive it. Haven't had the opportunity.
Wait to drive it.
Yeah.
Hey, can I cancel my Tundra order if it drives the way I think it's going to drive? And get Tacoma?
You can do whatever you want. You know what? You can always trade. So there's the thing.
I knew you were going to go there.
Just trade your car. But hey, if you don't, feel free. Stop down. 2212 South Duff Avenue, just a short drive from anywhere in the metro. But if you have anything you want to jump online, we do a great job of being covered online. Our social media executive, producer, boss, manager does an unbelievable job of keeping things up to date and online. If you want to be up to date with us, if you are an Instagram and Twitter person, we are at Wilson of Ames. And if you are a Facebook, TikTok person, we are at Wilson Toyota of Ames. And if you really want to follow and get down, roll with the big dog, you can get at me. That's at Big Strong. That's 2 G's when you're as big as I am. And at Big Strong 1 on that Insta chat. Holla at your boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. You get that grumble down there and holla at your boy.
You're going to get some attention with that one.
Hey,
I like
man,
it.
I'm telling you, man, I get attention anywhere I go. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but sometimes it happens. But, there's a lot of great things that's been going on, and I want to make sure. I had to take notes.
Oh, my.
So I saw a commercial the other day.
Was it Proto?
No, I'm always getting on Danny because I'm like, dude, I'm sitting up and all of a sudden watching the news in the morning. Here pops up this commercial. And I'm like, man, I didn't even know we had that commercial out there. Have you seen this Center of the Toyota Universe commercial?
I don't know. What's in it?
Chloe,
is it before or
Sophie.
after? Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a great commercial. You got to catch this thing. But you know what? It actually makes sense. Wilson Toyota is the center of the Toyota universe. So it's kind of a cool thing. We're gonna dive into that thing and see what we can do. But if you get the opportunity, check that commercial out. Hey, you know what we got to do? We got to get that on our website somewhere. Can we insert that thing somewhere? Cool. We need to do that. We'll look into doing that. And then, man, I've had so much great conversation about Toyota Engage.
I know, it's been amazing lately, hasn't it? Dude,
I think every time I get into Toyota Engage, it gives me a little more insight on what it actually does. You know what, man? I'm sorry, Toyota. I'm not using this here application till its full potential. There's tons in there.
Well, when people say it's a tool, it is a tool, but it's so much information as far as what you can do with that tool. If you're a new person, if you're a veteran, if you're a customer, I mean, there's so many things you can do to get on there to find out not only about my car, but the differences even between my car and another car. I mean, there's so much in cars coming out, and I mean, there's just so much information.
You know, the cool thing is I had one of the salespeople tell me that they had a customer in their office and they were looking at a different manufacturer.
Yeah.
And his ability to go into Toyota Engage and compare those two vehicles. The customer's big question was which vehicle had more leg space, and to be able to go into Toyota Engage and put the Toyota next to whatever that other manufacturer is, and to be able to tell you right now that Toyota has more room, that's awesome.
So let me explain something to everyone then real quick on this. If you don't know the answer, you have a tool in front of you that all you have to do is log into, and you can compare the two and be the expert in about a minute.
A minute. It doesn't take long. And I'll encourage everybody, every dealer out there, especially Toyota dealerships, if you're not familiar with Toyota Engage, get with your region. I know our region does a great job of coming in and keeping us informed about Toyota Engage. But one thing that they do, and I just want to share this with people, it's one thing to have it mobily. I think it's really cool. But for the consumer standpoint, it's really good if you have an iPad or if you have a desktop. Make sure you have Toyota Engage available so you can actually get the customer involved in that deal.
Right.
There's a lot of great information in
There
there.
really is.
So you do that. And then you know what, man? It's we're getting into February, man. We're getting into that one day that every woman loves, right?
And every pocketbook hates.
Right? It's Valentine's Day.
It
You know
is.
what I tell you, man? Wilson Toyota always thinking outside the box, always forward thinking. You know, Riley had a great idea to come up and have just special gifts. I don't want to give this thing away. Special gifts for all of our customers during that 2-week span.
No way.
Oh, dude, it's unbelievable. I'm telling you, if you're in the market, hey, if guys out there, if you want to do something really, really special and make sure that your loved one feels extremely loved and you want to purchase them a car, first of all, that's a big deal.
That's a big purchase.
But when you can come in and you can get a bow and you can get this special gift on that special day or that special week,
I like
for
it.
sure. Man, take the opportunity. Again, 2212 South Duff Avenue, just a short drive from anywhere. Make that special day real special.
So
at
when
Wilson.
we say we are different, we are different.
Hey, it's all about the experience that we
is.
give you. It's all about the experience that you do. If you want to stay up to date on that thing, again, that's www.wilsonofames.com. Make sure you do that. Check us out.
Get it.
Check us out on that
Get it.
deal. So special gifts, don't forget. And I just got to give a big shout out here. Before we get into this, I would be beside myself if I don't. I'm going to give a huge congratulations to my son, Trenton. He is going to go on to play football at Iowa Western, one of the top tier junior colleges out there. I'm super excited about him. Super proud of him.
Well done, young man.
You know, congratulations. Yeah. I'm excited, man. The coaches, Coach Strohmeyer and Blackburn and those guys over there did a really good job of making him feel at home, and I just appreciate the way they did. But, hey, man, big ups. We're still playing football, brother.
Here he goes again.
There you go.
I like it.
What you do, man? But
Good luck, bud.
Hey, going on. So a few things, man. I listened to something the other day that I wanted to share with the automotive industry, right? We talk about righting the ship, okay? Getting the ship right, find things like that. I am talking to the general managers and the sales managers and the owners right now, okay? I'm having a direct conversation with these guys. Here's what we need to do right now in January before we get to February. We need to find our leaders. Okay, every store has leaders. They have guys that show up. They do the right things. They do things right. But we got to find our leaders. That was weird. We had some kind of like weird
like
sound.
a third-party
Hey,
input.
what was that? Was that who was that? Was that Lord? Is that you? I don't know what was going on there,
I
man.
knew Thursday was the wrong day.
Hey, I'm telling you, if I'm hearing voices, I know where it's coming from. I don't know what voices you hear, but I know where my voices come from. Just so you know that. But anyway.
Yes.
We need to find our leaders. We need to make sure that we're in our dealerships and we're getting our leaders. And not only do we need to find our leaders, we need to get our leaders up front, right? We need to make sure that we have guys. You need to empower some of your salespeople. And you know what? It doesn't always have to be a salesperson.
Right.
Even in our detail department, we have some unbelievable gentlemen in our detail department. We need to make sure we find our leaders in every section of our stores, and we need to put them out front, and we need to make sure that they understand how much we appreciate them and empower them to get the guys around them better. Right? The key to the store, the key to what you do, the key to this industry is make sure that everyone around you is getting better.
Right.
Okay. Let's start right now by finding those leaders, putting them out front, and putting them in a position to lead your team. Right? As sales managers, you know, we have a tendency to take all the weight.
Yes.
Right? And we don't. Sure. I want to share some of the weight. There you go, not pushing that button again, right? Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to share some of the weight. So a big part of this is like, man, where did this come from?
Yeah. Where did it come from?
First of all, I'm gonna. This is I'm about to get in trouble, but I got to
Don't
say
do
it
it.
anyway because
Don't
it's,
do
it's
it.
relevant.
Okay. Do it.
How about those Chiefs?
Oh,
right?
You're going to get in trouble.
Why am I talking about the Chiefs? First of all, it's probably it's the best NFL team out there. Right?
Besides the Bears.
Okay, the Bears. Did they still play football? Anyway, they're the best football team. But here's one thing that I really appreciate about the Kansas City Chiefs. They have an unbelievable coach in Coach Andy Reid. And
He's
I'm
phenomenal.
relaying this to the automotive industry. They have a great leader. They have a great owner, right?
Yes.
They have a great leader at the top in Andy Reid, Big Red.
Right.
Okay.
Give me some of those nuggets.
Yeah, let's do it again with them nuggies, right? But then they have these unbelievable athletes that's in their organization. You got guys like Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce.
Right.
You know, you got guys like Pacheco. All these guys are around there. I heard an interview the other day from Travis Kelce. They were talking about a fumble through the end zone. This is a cool story. One of his players fumbles through the end zone.
Right.
It's a touchback. They lose the ball. They don't lose the game, but they lose the ball.
Right.
Could have really changed the game. In his interview, they asked him about that moment. Now, most people in that moment, most normal guys would say, hey, you know what? He fumbled. It is what it is. Travis Kelce said, I'm sorry to the player that fumbled. I didn't do my part. I missed my block. And because I missed my block, you fumbled the ball. My player was able to actually make a play on you. It stuck, something about what he said and what he did in that moment stood out to me to say, man, if I get more of my leaders to stand up when they don't have to, right? There was no one that doesn't understand football knew if that was his block or it wasn't his block.
Right.
But for a leader, for a guy like Travis Kelce to stand up, not just stand up for the team, but stand up for that player and say, hey, you know what? That's on me.
Put it on his shoulders. Said, I got
Unbelievable.
you. Let's do this.
How many people in your organization are like Travis Kelce? I mean, seriously, how many people are willing to just say, hey, you know what? I know what it looks like, but things aren't all what they look like. That was on me. I didn't do my part. I think when you have leaders like that all over the place, if we can put them in positions to actually help and make decisions and move your team forward, that's what you want to do.
You know, you just said it too. I think if you do put those people into play, or at least more into play, that the whole team the group is going to move forward. Should, right?
Well, why don't let's talk about this. Why don't more organizations move people forward? I mean, seriously, let's dive into that. Why? Because there's people at every dealership that have the ability to do more than what they're doing.
For sure.
I remember when I came to the store, my deal was, man, I don't always want to sell cars. I thought I had a really good vision, and I thought I could lead well. So I remember telling Danny, that seems so aggressive, right? Yeah. I remember having a conversation and talking to Danny about, being in management. And I always appreciated him slowing down and saying, hey, these are the things that I look for in a manager. Mm-hmm. And if you can do this, I would definitely have interest in putting you there.
Right.
So I think there's so many people in your organization. I wanted to make sure that I was able to move on. In every organization, there's these great people. And as leaders, we have to be able to find those people and then why doesn't it happen? I'm going to tell you why it doesn't happen. I'm so worried about you taking my job that I don't want to push you forward.
And I was going to say the first thing that popped in my head was lack of control. Some people have that personality that they don't want to give up that control factor of everyone below them, that everything has to filter through that. Everything has to filter that way. And again, just popped in my head, just throwing something out there.
I think some of that is there. I mean, by all means. I think for me, I want to put my best batter up to bat.
Right.
And every situation is different. And if you ever look at great leaders and people that lead teams, great teams, we talk about Nick Saban. Yeah. People say, why was Nick Saban so great in football? If you ever paid attention to Alabama football, Nick Saban coached to his players. If he had a running offense, he ran a running offense.
Yep.
If he had a passing, he ran a passing offense. And I think for me, I'm going to put my best batter. That means if I have a guy in my organization, Ryan Smalley.
Yeah.
Ryan Smalley runs our BDC department.
Yep.
This is a guy that's extremely knowledgeable about how leads come in, what they should look like. I was the first one to go to Danny and say, this is the dude to lead our team.
Right.
I'm going to put this guy in front. I never in one thought, hey, man, I want you to take my spot. Dude, here's how I feel. I'm serious. This is what I feel about anybody in my organization.
Right.
If I have someone in my organization that can actually do my job better than me, if I'm not helping them to get there, I'm costing the team.
Yeah.
Because I'm good.
So you're doing big picture vision.
100%.
Yeah.
right? I mean, you think if you really have confidence in yourself, I'm like, man, if there's someone better than me
Right.
that can do what I'm doing,
Right.
man, for the team's sake, let's get that guy, right?
Makes sense.
The best way to learn is to teach. So the more you teach someone, the more you mold someone to do that in your organization,
Yes.
the better your organization is going to be. You know, we spend so much time trying to find somebody outside of an organization, right?
Oh,
You know, you look for a finance guy,
yep.
you go outside of the organization to
Yep.
find that finance guy. You look for a sales manager, you go outside the organization.
Yep.
You don't even consider the guy that's right underneath your nose that's been grinding for you for
Right.
the last 10 years.
yeah. Yeah.
You know, we have to do a better job in this organization. Or, well, I'm not even going to say ours. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to shoot you a straight line. We have conversations about advancement. We don't think outside.
Right. Right. Well, you even look at any industry, especially any industry in the service side of it. Restaurants, for example, they have good people from within. And what better people to move up because of the knowledge that they're establishing while they're there? And if they take the initiative and they exert themselves to become better, why not?
Well, you know, here's what I think is cool about the Toyota as a whole, but our region for sure, and I'm sure every region is the same way, is I always appreciated the fact that they move their people around. Mm-hmm. You know, the Toyota, the regional guy that I have right now, Seneca, who's awesome. Seneca's my dog, right? Seneca Spieth, the thing that sucks is that you have Seneca, he does great, and you know that he's going to move on and do something else.
Oh, for sure.
They make sure that everybody in their organization can do everything,
right.
just in case you have to. I think that's a great model to have, to make sure that you have multiple people around you. Just understand this: if you have something going on in your industry right now or your organization,
right,
where there's only one person that knows how to do it, if that one person's out, whatever that is stops.
Everything stops.
Right. Make sure that multiple people have what it takes to do certain things. Right. Now, some organizations don't want to do that because they got so many secrets. Ooh, did I say that out loud?
Why,
they got so many secrets
into that box.
Because it's true. I mean, you can sit here and you want to act like it's not there. It's the truth, right? We might be the most transparent dealership I've ever been around.
Right.
We tell our salespeople everything.
People
don't hide.
are shocked when they sit down with you and you kind of go through everything. I always say, love it, don't like it. You like for a car. If you don't love the car, why are you going to spend $40,000 on it?
Well, I was always a firm believer.
$60,000, $70,000. Why?
I was always a firm believer in people that like cars go home and think about it. People that love cars take them home.
Right.
And that's the way it should be.
When I say that to a customer, I'm like, hey, wait, I want to make sure you love it. If you like it, let's find the car you love. The look they give me, they're like, what? Because I'm steering them, guiding them, but I'm not pushing them. I'm letting them make the decision that's best for them, but I'm helping them along that journey.
Well, I can tell you this: if you really want to find out the difference between like and love, just go to divorce court, because there's a lot of people that liked each other, so they got married, but they didn't love each other, so it didn't last.
I didn't know you were going there.
Loving relationships have a tendency to last, and that's why we put such a focus on the experience that we give our customers.
Right.
I want my customers to love the experience that they get at Wilson Toyota. I don't want them to just like it.
Right.
Right. We like extra value meals. You know what I mean?
We are America.
I want them to love the experience that they get, and that's why
Right.
we put such a focus on how people are treated, and things like that. So it's extremely important.
I think you have this thing going because Valentine's Day is going. You're sure kind of lovey.
What?
You're kind of lovey today, talking about gifts, and now you're like, and we love.
Look, you
hey,
brought up love,
something's
and there it is.
going
My
on.
wife is calling me right in the middle of the podcast, so she might have a microphone on me.
Oh man.
But it's the truth, though. But it's a very important thing. It's an important thing that it's the experience that we give our customers, our loving experience. And the other thing is, just kind of sticking to what I was talking about. It's important that when you come to work, I love my job.
Right.
Okay, I'm serious. I come here every day. I always tease you guys and say the day Danny doesn't pay me is the day I don't come. That'll be a sad day either way.
Right. For sure.
But I love what I do, and I think it's extremely important for this industry. You can't just like the industry.
No,
you can't just like the car business.
No, you cannot.
It'll eat you up and spit you out.
Yeah.
You have to love it, and part of that love is the experience that you give your customers. Right. If you don't love people,
it's so rewarding, isn't it? It's so rewarding.
I had the opportunity yesterday, and I've always remembered this even when I was in sales. We had Giovanna, one of our newer salespeople. She had the opportunity yesterday to sell a young lady her first car. And I pulled her aside, and I wanted her to understand how important that moment was and how we get to share that with a customer. Mm-hmm. I mean, think of how many first-time buyers we get in the experience, and how you treat that customer will solidify what they think about purchasing a car from here on out.
So everybody understand that when we say change the industry, there is one opportunity for the first-time purchaser to create that environment and create that experience that they don't think that buying a car is nasty, that they think it's a headache, that they don't want to do it. And if you go out there and create that experience for them that they're like, that was incredible, they're going to come back.
Well, let me ask you this. This is just a general question, right? Because we keep it real here at Midwest Mayhem. What's more important, the money or the experience?
Easy. And this goes from a long time ago and me being around the service industry for a long time. If you create the experience and do what you're supposed to do, money always follows. If you do things and do it right and create that experience for that person, and what I mean by that, you're my customer, we have a great experience, chances are you're going to come back to me again and again, and your friends and your family and everything else. And the money thing is, and let me just get off it a little bit. I do not understand why people go on the board and look what they make off a car. It drives me crazy in my mind because I'm like, why? Why does that one car deal matter? It should be, what is my goal and how am I getting there? Because if you get to your goal, the money's already there.
Well, excuse me, that's starting my engine there.
Sorry,
well, here's what I'm going to tell you.
You're gonna get me
First of
going
all,
on
you
that.
told me you wanted to argue with me, so here comes the argument.
I do.
People get in this business for money.
They do.
And when they do that, they want to know how much money they make. So I'm okay with them doing that.
Right.
I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I would be a little more concerned if they're not concerned with how things are going. So I'm on the other side of the street there.
I understand that. But if you would have come in, if you would have interviewed me and said, hey, this is what you're going to make, I would have probably said, that's it? Wait a minute here. I want to have the ability to have an unlimited potential of income and create my own path.
Well, let me get a few people hired into the automotive industry here real quick. Listen, the best thing about the car business, this industry, is that there is no ceiling for salespeople.
None.
There's not a dealership in the world that says, hey, I only want you to sell so many cars and only make so much money.
Stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is an industry that if you can gamble on yourself and you can bet on you.
Believe in yourself.
You can make as much money. I always laugh when I remember Denny Wilson. I always tease him. I'm like, hey, Denny, how about a raise today? And he goes, you can have a raise every day.
Man, I know what you're
Sell
gonna
more
say.
cars.
I swear he comes by my office and says it almost every day.
Right. And that's the great thing about the automotive industry. The flip side to that is you are commissioned salespeople and there's no floor.
Right.
You know, there's no ceiling, but there's no floor. You can show up every day and not do anything, and wherever you work, they're okay with that because if you don't sell,
Absolutely they are.
They don't have to pay you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's really, really a great industry for people that have confidence, right? You got to have confidence in this business. If you're not a confident person, it's really hard.
Well,
to
you're
stay
getting
in
it
the
eaten alive.
100%, right? It's a business that you have to be self-motivated. Right.
Correct.
You have to have the ability to show up every day and have a game plan. The thing that amazes me about salespeople is when they come to work and they have no plan.
Right. I hope the phone rings. I hope somebody walks through the door.
Salespeople, I'm telling you right now, if you want to be extremely successful and you want to sell more cars, because the reality of it is this: 100% of the people that you talk to and come in contact with, whether that be phone call, email, at the grocery store, or they're walking in your store, 100% of those people are going to buy cars. So if you know 100% of those people are going to buy cars, you need to have a plan every day when you show up at that dealership. Right? You got to have a goal, and then you have to have a plan to get to that goal. So it amazes me when you come in and I'm like, hey, what's your plan today?
What are we doing today?
I mean, think about it, man. You left home. It was 3 degrees outside. I mean, seriously, it's funny. It's funny. But when you left, when you came to work today, it was fog, and the high was going to be 20.
Right.
Okay. You raise your hand out there, consumers, if you want to go outside and it's foggy and it's 20
when
degrees.
you can see to the front of your hood?
you know without a shadow of a doubt that drive-in, that walk-in traffic is not going to be there.
No.
What was your plan this morning?
Right.
When you came in this morning, did you have a game plan saying, listen, I'm going to make 40 phone calls and I'm going to make 40 emails and I'm going to send 40 text messages to all these different people. I'm going to go. You got to have a plan.
So, and this is something that we had a conversation of a couple weeks ago, you and I and Danny and Josh, and I've been thinking about it a lot as far as, and changing some of the habits because of trying to make myself better as a whole, my whole game plan, right? And it stuck with me, and I wake up and I think about it every day, and it was, there's a difference between coming in and knowing what you're going to do, but then getting sidetracked and you get 3/4 of it done, right? And then you go home, and I've been here 8 hours and I didn't make an appointment. I didn't sell a car. Hey, guess what? You didn't make any money. You didn't do anything. So I've been thinking about, okay, breaking the day down into segments. From this time to this time, this is what's going to happen. From this time to this time, what's going to happen. And from 1 to 3, this is what's going to happen every day. And it's going to give me the opportunity to sell, right? Whatever that looks like, breaking it down into segments. Because I'll tell you all, salespeople out there, no matter what industry you're in, track what you do on a daily basis and watch how much time you waste.
Well, here's the thing. Don't waste.
I don't want to go there, but I did it to myself, and I was like, so did I work 3 hours today? You know, just saying.
Well, I'm pushing a button.
Oh, beep.
Okay. Yeah, it's it mutes them, right? So I got you. It mutes them so you don't see that. The truth of it is this, man. You can come to work every day and not accomplish anything. It's really up to you, right? I always tell salespeople, we hire people that I think have the ability to do things. And the reason why I focus on that is because I want them to understand it's not can you do it, it's will you do it. Right? So it's a big push to say when you come in every day, you have to have some sense of direction. And you got to understand, first of all, that I do have the ability to do it or they wouldn't have hired me.
Right.
And you know what? General managers and sales managers and owners, stop hiring people that you know can't do the job. Okay,
Right.
stop putting bodies. Stop.
Right.
Don't have the theory of if they can fall glass, I'm going to hire them because I need people. You're not doing yourself or your consumers. The people are coming in to buy cars. You're not doing them any injustice. And the worst thing about dealerships like that, I'm going on a rant. The worst thing about dealerships like that is that then they don't even train them. So you hire some guy that was across the street selling shoestrings, and then you can't even train them.
No.
So those are the things that go on. Anyway,
and it's a fail from A to Z. Then
I'm not going to get into all that because I just don't have time to get into all that, right? But here's what I can get into.
All right.
Happy Valentine's Day, people.
I knew you were going
right? Happy Valentine's Day. It's coming up. Hey, you want a great experience? Make sure you come over and check us out at Wilson Toyota. That's 2212 South Duff Avenue, just a short drive from anywhere in the metro. And I'm going to tell you this, man. We got some special guests for people, and we're going to be doing this thing for 2 weeks over that time. If you want to get pictures and find out how we did that, check us out. We're going to be on Instagram and Twitter at Wilson of Ames. We're going to be on that Facebook and TikTok deal. We're going to be at Wilson Toyota of Ames. And if you really want to see how the big dog gets down, you can check him out at Big Strong. That's 2 G's when you're as big as I am. And at Big Strong 1 on that Insta chat. Make sure you holla at your boy. Hey, man. Thank you, Chadwick. Hey, I hope you enjoy Florida, man.
I'm ready. Let's roll.
All right, let's roll.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Hey, that's Midwest Mayhem, sponsored by Wilson Toyota.
Hello.
Hannah Wink.
Hello.
Eileen. Oh.
Hey, Stumpy.
Oh,